Well, hello guys. I am going to jump on here and share a quick shop tour, and yeah, I think you're going to enjoy it. So we're going to start from the beginning and tour around the shop and give you a little virtual sneak peek of what it's like coming into the Modern Skein here in Montgomery, Texas. Okay guys, this is what it looks like when you come in. Yay, you're here. And yes, we have little fuzzy bits because, you know, yarn is always everywhere. So this is coming in. Not quite open yet, so lock it up. All right, let me see if I can, there we go. So this is how it looks when you walk in, at least at the moment. Nice and open. And like I said, we are in the process of opening up, so I have bins and everything. This is where your packages get stacked up, sometimes overflowing. We have yarn winding, checkout counters. We have some yarn to get inventoried. I also just filmed a podcast, so I have all of my podcast stuff over there. But then when you walk in, zoom it back out, this is our little cocoa knits area and candles. So we have lots of different notions and things like that, stuff for blocking. We have some more like new and featured items that we share over here. So we've got our shirts, we've got the Manchalope, knitting field guides by Modern Daily Knitting, usually new books and other accessory items go up here, like our mugs, our custom candles, some of our custom yarn colors that we have made up. Like I said, new books, local artisan wood turners for bowls, pom-poms, things like that. Then when you walk in, we've got, of course, our rack of patterns over here. This is the cottage sock wall. So all cottage sock from Red Stag fiber. I'm gonna walk in this way. So when you walk in, of course, you see the big wall of yarn. You have our little feature wall, which right now we've got some fuwa, some lace weight, our t-shirts, and then Eucalan and your knitting notions, your project grid keepers, scissors, tapes, little earrings, wrist rulers, just things like that. And we've got some rack samples I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you how the yarn gets organized here in a second. And then this is our little classroom area, or if you want to sit and stitch at a table, we have that area as well. We also have some fun bags and thread and maple stuff. We have some books, but this is a fun little get-together gathering space. This is where I film the podcast usually, and just a fun space to hang out. Door that leads us to our bathroom. And then we have the start of the wall of yarn. So we do start with lace weight mohair, and it continues on getting larger as you go. So lace weight mohairs, typically hand-dyed yarn gets hung on the wall, and our more commercially dyed items like the Santa's Garn, Biche and Bouche, etc. get placed in the bins underneath. So this is kind of how that goes. And it gets larger, so we're going to move into DK and worsted weights in the other room. Like I said, we have clothing rack. Back in there is our shipping area. It's a mess. We also have our storage area that's a mess, so we're not going to talk about that. Suri's having a bite to eat. But like you said, so fingering weights in here. I'm going to zoom it back out so you can see a little better. So fingering weight. Then we start into some sport weight in this bin. Still fingering weight up here. Some DK double Sunday down here. And then we have sport weight on this wall right here. More DK. And then we start going into DK yarns as well, both here. I have a little overflow. We've got a little bit of Biche and Bouche La Grosse right here, but here, you can see the beautiful wall of yarn. Samples on these racks are primarily worsted or DK or worsted weight samples. Then we have our worsted weight cubbies. So we've got Germantown, some blue stock, some earth worsted, all there. And of course some samples. Then more worsted and Aran weight and some of our bulkies underneath. So we've got Rios and Unique worsted, Croft, some Aran. Our Aran's getting a little bit low because we're moving into summer and we don't typically stock a lot of Aran weight during the summer months. And then the plant wall, which Suri's showing off. Glad I caught that on camera. So plant-based wall, we've got our Circulo cabinet here. We've got earth, cottons, we've got Mojave, we've got Dapple, we've got Sandnes, Garn, Linny, Tinlin, Duo, all in here. Then we have our little feature table in the middle. Right now, this is what we have left of Shibui. So it is going quick. We've got some cone, we've got a little bit of reed, and then some billow and some miscellaneous pebble and lunar and nest, and a little bit of silk cloud left. And that's about it that we have left in our Shibui. So, okay, coming back around, I'm trying to hold the camera as still as possible. So this is kind of our social space, or I guess our secondary social space. We also have our needles. I'm actually in the middle of redoing our needles. So more of our interchangeables will all be up on the wall. We've got all of our hooks up on this, crochet hooks up here. And then our fixed needles will be going in these bins. Chowgoos and our long tips will be in here as well. So we'll have the needle and hook area all set up shortly, hopefully by the end of today. We've got the comfy couch, our fun little seating area, community project blanket, Cerber, and we can expand seating all into here for Saturdays, which is our busiest. Sit and stitch, I ignore that, I need to take out the trash. We have our fun little coffee wine bar area set up for our Thursday late nights, and of course coffee anytime during the week. We have our little Stephen West corner. Again, don't look at the trash can. And so on this sample rack, my light's out. On this sample rack, we have all of our Westnitz samples and some of his books. And of course, we have more books here. I have a little sale basket right there. And then we have our Brooklyn tweed wall. So on our Brooklyn tweed wall, we go lightweight to heavier. So we have Puri on the bottom, which is fingering, Arbor, which is DK, and then Shelter and Tones for worsted weight up on the top with some fun samples. And then it goes, so we make a nice circle back around into the cottage sock wall. I'm just gonna pan in. So if you come in and go immediately to the left, you're gonna see our social area, which is super fun. We've got nice light, natural light in here. Everyone really enjoys hanging out and sitting and stitching. On Thursday nights, Tuesdays, Saturdays, pretty much anytime somebody's going to be here on the couch or at the table. Got some mannequins here. So that's pretty much it. That's the shop, you know, small but mighty, and try to keep it as big and open as possible. And I hope you enjoyed this little shop tour that is the Modern Skein. So that is the official tour of the shop. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope that you are able to make it into the store one day. We can see your smiling face, whether you're local or traveling from abroad, it doesn't matter. We love seeing you guys here and helping you guys shop for the perfect yarn. We do have quite a few people that come in from out of state and out of country to visit the shop. If you are interested in traveling in from either out of state or from far away, we do have a little plan your visit page on our website that gives you hotel ideas, eating, transportation recommendations, things like that, because we aren't like in the middle of a big city. So there are certain airports that are easier to fly into, and hotels in a wide variety of price ranges that you can stay at. We do definitely recommend renting a car just because we are far enough away that Uber can be a little bit dicey sometimes, especially later at night. It's just not as readily available. And yeah, definitely, we'd love to see you come in. If you are traveling and want to make sure me or one of your favorite people that you see are here, always send us a message and we're happy to either arrange like a private lesson time if you wanted, or a big celebration, you know, hey, so-and-so's coming in, let's have a party. Any excuse to have a party, right? So we'll see you guys hopefully in the shop soon, and if we're just gonna see you online, happy knitting, happy crafting, and we'll see you on the podcast very soon. Bye guys.